So I studied 12th from Ajmer. I live in Ajmer.
Mm-hmm.
My percentage was 75% in 12th, and in first year I got 7.5 CGP aggregate, and I worked in our college team, Baha team.
Mm-hmm.
I was part of suspension team. Therefore, I analyzed suspension for maneuverability and dampingness ratios of vehicle, and I also developed HARM and ARM geometry of Baha vehicle.
Okay. And where are
So,
you? Where you study?
So engineering college Ajmer.
Okay. Okay.
I studied sir hometown only.
Okay. Okay. So you commute from home?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is there a reason that you went to this college and not, let's say, in Chennai or some other school outside your hometown?
Yes, sir. So I was planning for after 12th. I was planning for going in merchant navy.
Okay. Okay.
So it was just as backup.
Okay. So let me ask you,
In
what you want to do, like after you are in which year you are in right now?
so second year.
Second year. Okay. So what you want to, like, once you graduate from your college, what you want to do? What your desire? What you feel like you should be doing? Your
So
interest.
as as I am interested in machine design and automotive, so I am I am planning for 2 years experience in any automotive company, and then apply for masters in Germany or USA.
But you want to work before that?
Yes, sir. 2 years of work experience.
Is there a reason behind that, or why? Why 2 years of work experience and then study?
Yes, sir. Uh, because sir, in German universities, they value work experience and they include it in profile. So it
And why you want to go to
gives a
Why you want to go to Germany in particular?
because cost there in Germany is less, education cost is less or almost free, and it is well versed area in machine design and mechanical and automotive.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you, what are your some of the questions that you are expecting from me, or where you see a trouble, like where you see a difficulty that you want to ask from me, like whether it's, do you think that is the right thing to do, or do you think you are having some trouble, you are not sure whether you are able to get it or go to those universities, or what is the process?
So I am as I am in this college is not as good as other colleges.
Mm-hmm.
So I am facing difficulty in project guidance and research. So
Like,
because professors are good, but they lack research aptitudes.
okay, 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 understand. So, okay, so I think what I understood from you is you are interested in working in an automotive sector, and that's what you want to do. You want to pursue further, right? Whether
Yes, sir.
whether it's work experience or whether it's a research experience, because but that is the area you like the most, right?
Sir, automotive and machine design both.
Much into them both. So, anything that you can tell me, like what you have done in this area, like any project or something?
Yes, sir. I have firstly I have participated in Baha.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I I have read about suspension theory.
You like that?
So I liked it.
You liked it, okay.
Yes, sir.
What do you
I
like?
liked it.
What do you liked about that? What did you enjoy about that? When you were
So,
designing for Baha, what did you enjoy the most? That's what I meant.
designing.
Like designing the suspension and all that in the computer,
Yes, sir.
and then making it
And
also, or
configuring
just
it. No, sir, not making it. Analyzing it on different aspects such as stiffness and other criteria.
Mhm.
There are approximately 15-16 criteria
Uh-huh.
we analyze, and I liked it. Therefore,
Okay.
and I also read research papers about it.
Hmm. Understood. Understood. So let me tell you one thing. Okay. Do you think you said, yeah, right, you want to prepare for masters, but do you think that you want to do your masters, or do you think that because you are interested in research you want to do PhD, or you want to do just masters and work in a industry?
So as of PhD, I am not sure about it.
Okay. Okay, okay, that's fine.
Firstly, I can tell you about masters.
Hmm.
I am not
Do you do
means
you,
aware
do,
of
do you know
PhD.
much about the PhD and the master's program in India or outside India? Do you know, or you don't know much?
Sir, I know about Germany, and sir, then I don't know about India or USA
Okay,
or any other place.
okay, okay. And are you sure that when you said that the Germany, the the cost of education is free, are you sure it is free for you or free for Germans?
Sir, it is free for all of them. Means uh, it is as it is as not costly as USA.
Okay. So I think, okay, let me answer your question one by one. Okay. So I think if you want to, if this is the area you are interested in, I think
Yes, sir.
you are on the right track in saying that you want to do, or you want to do research in Germany, because I think from the manufacturing point of view, Germans are one of the best, no doubt.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that is the right thing to, or right way to approach. My advice to you would be is, you are in second year, right? So my advice to
Yes,
you
sir.
would be that if this is your goal, how do you prepare for that? Right? How
Yes.
do you prepare for it? So one thing I can tell you, if you are thinking that after fourth year you can work for a German company in Germany, that's not possible.
Yes, sir.
That's not possible. Okay? Because you are an Indian citizen, there will be a lot of other issues that won't allow you to work anywhere else. That's number one. So the only way you can do that is once you go to that place and study and then get a job. Okay, that's easiest way to do that. And I'm not countering right now what will be the political situation and all that. I'm just saying this is the way. It can happen or it will not happen. It depends on what is the situation at that time. Maybe there is another virus at that time. I don't know. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
you
sir.
don't know the other factors. But what I'm saying, if the world is flat, that's how things would be easiest way to do it. So many people think like after they graduate they can apply for a job in Japan or in some other country. It's not possible. That doesn't work that way. So if you want to work for Volkswagen, if you want to work for BMW, you have to go there, study, and then apply for jobs there. Okay?
So I was thinking in India only, work experience in
Yeah, yeah.
two
No, no.
years of India.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying. So what you have
Yes,
to
sir.
do is probably
Yes.
get into automotive sector in India, whether it's Mahindra, whether it's Tata, whether it's Maruti, whatever it is. Okay, and so
Yes.
so what you need to do right now is, if you want to write it down somewhere, how can I get job in these three companies in India? What should I do now? Because that's your first target, right? That's your first goal. So as a second year student, I want to ask you what preparation you have done so that you can secure a job in any of these three companies. Or for
Yes,
that
sir.
matter,
Till now,
or for that matter, there are offices of BMW in India. There are offices of Rolls Royce in India. There are offices of some other automotive companies in India. My question to you would be what you have done right now so that you can get a job. Or do you know where the company's headquarters is in India? Or do you know someone who worked there? So all these questions you need to answer right now. And if you have the answers, then my advice to you would be is first thing what you want to do is when it's come summer, try to apply for internships there. If you know someone there, make sure you contact that person, say, can I work, can I come there and work as an intern or as a volunteer, what doesn't matter, and work for a couple of months in winter vacations, in summer vacations, or can I do a project with you guys, right? So make
yes,
sure
sir.
communicate that with them as much as you can because that will help you to develop a base so that once you are graduate, you can approach them. So start networking right now. So make
Okay,
a
sir.
list of companies. So the title would be list of automotive companies in India and where they are. So their location. So you say Mahindra Rise, Pune, Maruti, Delhi, BMW, R&D center in Hyderabad, something like that. And then you start looking at on internet or through some network in LinkedIn or somewhere, do I know someone who worked there? Because you have to approach those per people, right? And if you have a list of those companies, if you know their location, if you know 3 or 4 people who work there, the next thing is to approach them. How? Say, I'm a student there, I have done this work on my Baha project, and I'm going to go through your CV also, which is not one of the best CV I have seen, but once you send them that CV, you can say, here I have done Baha work and I have done some work on ANSYS bench. I have done some simulation, I have done some analysis, I have done some design work, and this is what my interest is, this is what I want to do. Can I do internship with you guys? Can I do that? Because once you start getting internship, then finding a job at that place becomes 100 times much easier. Okay? So that's first
Yes, sir.
step. And as I said, once you start working there, let's say if you are working for, I don't know whether Volkswagen has an office in India, but what I'm saying is, let's say if you start working at Volkswagen in India, let's say, then you have a very good chance that they might say, can you go to Germany and spend 2 years there? Here you are now, right? So make sure you
Yes, sir.
start developing opportunities right now. So, as I
Yes, sir.
said, the way you should think is I'm a second year undergrad student. What should I do now? What should the preparation I should do now? Let's say if that doesn't work out, let's say, okay, the next best thing for you to do, because you said you are interested in research also, I would say, do you know professors at IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, NIT, or IIC Bangalore, or all the best institutions you have in India? And can I do summer project with them? That's another way to
Yes, sir.
think, because once you start doing that, you probably will know much more about research. Then you say, I really like this research, maybe I might do PhD. Because what I'm saying is, I'm not saying do PhD, but what I'm saying is, this is the time where you want to explore as much as you can so that you can make right choices.
Yes, sir.
There is a saying, right? A frog in a well can only see the sky this much, right? So you need to get out
Yes.
from that well and say, my goodness, there are so many things I didn't know that, right? So that is your
True, sir.
job right now, to come out from that well and say, as much as you can explore, do internship, do some work with some professor, do everything you can, because by the time you graduate, then you know what you want to do, because you don't want to be in the situation at that time, say, I don't know whether I should do PhD or not. By that time you should have an answer. not in a confused state. And for that, as I said, whether you can get internship, whether you, so you can email to someone at IIT Jodhpur, right? It's right
Yes,
there
sir.
in your backyard, and you can say, hey, can I do summer internship with a professor in mechanical engineering? Go to the website, look at the professor, look at what the research they have done, and you can find maybe in someone in mechanical engineering is doing some work on ANSYS benchmark to develop a new suspension for automotive company. You never know, you can find, or you can find that at IIT Gandhinagar or somewhere, right? And you can say, can I work with you for summer as an internship? Because I have done, because when I
Yes,
was in undergrad, that's what we used to do. And that
okay,
has
sir.
helped a lot, to be honest with you. Amazing. So, try to do all those things which you need to do right now so that you can explore the world. Go out. Just don't stick in your institute and say, I have done this and I'm going to do the same thing. If you have done that something, go out and do something else now.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So do that. And second thing about your CV, I would say you need to work on your CV. Your CV is not good. The format is bad. Something is written in a bigger font. Something is written in smaller font. So you this is very important. Make sure your CV is good CV. And how you can say your CV is a good CV? That you can work. You can go to, let's say, IIT Bombay website and see the CV of the professors or the students, or you can just Google it. Just Google uh, University of Texas mechanical engineering CV. You can find so many CVs there, and you can say how the students write their CV. It should have been a well formatted and something. So it because it tells you about how careful you are in these things. Okay. And as far as
Yes,
your
sir.
questions are concerned, I think I have answered most of the questions. So again, don't think too much about what's the future of mechanical and all that. Right now, all it matters, what is your interest, how much you can explore the world, and how, and do you know what you should be doing as a second year undergrad?
Yes,
So networking, as I told you, you already told me, right? This is what I want to do. I want to do job in automotive sector after I graduate. What work you have done right now so that tomorrow you can apply there and they say, here's the job for you. And also one thing I would also advise you, not many people think that way. Whatever industry you work in, whether you work on automotive company or aerospace company or oil and gas company or anybody, you should also know about the business, where the market is. So let's say, for example, you worked very hard to get a job in automotive sector, but the automotive sector is going downhill. There are no jobs. So what are you going to do? You say, I
yes,
am so much interested. Who cares about what you're interested in, right? So make sure you should have some sense of business knowledge also. Is this the right time to work for automotive sector? And I'm not saying that people are going to stop driving cars, but maybe they are moving more towards doing not IC engines but electric vehicles, right? So
yes,
what knowledge you have on electric vehicles? Because if you are having so much knowledge on IC engines, but down the line there is no jobs, what are you going to do, right?
yes,
So what I'm saying is just make sure you have all those questions in your mind. So this is the time where you should be learning, reading, networking, and as I said, it's just not about telling people I want to do this, I want to do that, but also work towards your goal so that you gain knowledge. So having knowledge is the most important thing, because let's say if you just waste your time in sending emails or networking and if you don't have a knowledge, nobody cares. First thing,
yes,
you
sir.
should have knowledge. Once you have knowledge, then you can say, I have knowledge, I can do. Then people will listen to you. So have knowledge, explore yourself, learn as much as you can, start networking. If you are clear in your mind that this is what I want to do, my question would be what you have done now. Do you know enough about automotive sector? Do you know people in automotive sector? Do you know what businesses India has in automotive sector? What they do there? Everything you should have. You should have all that written down, right? And because once you have all
Yes.
that, then you can make a decision. You cannot make a decision with a half knowledge. Okay?
True.
So as I said, you should not be in a panic mode, but you should be in the mode of gaining more and more knowledge. Okay?